It's a city home to one of the most loyal and passionate fan bases in football. And all the noise they're making is being captured by the Dome here at Ford Field in Detroit. Here comes Williams on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Mahomes starting off with a throw. Finds Laporta. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Vontae David, like so many times in his career, making that tackle.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. It's taken in by Williams. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. St. Brown's got it, complete. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Play brought to an end by Jalen Ramsey.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Again, Mahomes to throw. He finds Laporta. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Tackled on the play by Marlon Humphrey.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead. Get what you need.
They have another 1st and 10 on this opening drive. This one from the opposing 40. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He gets it complete to his man, Tyreek Hill. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
Something out of nothing, Kate. That may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass to far more than a modest gain.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. And he will score. It's a Detroit touchdown. The Lions finish up an excellent opening series. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. On the return, it's Rondale Moore. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
They've got first down from the 31. They'll run it here with Bijan Robinson. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Aiden Hutchinson, energetic as always after making the stick. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Moving 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
They will not get another play off. We're at the end of 1. Neither side separating much so far. We're back to Ford Field right after this. Back for our second quarter. It's Falcons football. They're looking at 3rd and 7. Burrow out of the shotgun. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Burrow from the gun. Nabbed by Kyle Pitts. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
They've got a man in motion. On 1st down, here's Burrow. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And that's complete in the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons finish off their opening drive. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ballgame.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
That one splits the uprights. And the Falcons respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. On the return, here's Tyreek Hill. And this drive will start inside the 25. So the Lions headed out for their second drive of the game. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes now. Laporta with the grab. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
1st and 10 from the 41. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Got his target, it's Hill. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield.
This really isn't a route designed for a lot of yards, Kate. You're just trying to get a small handful and move on to the next down. Stay in rhythm. And anytime you can work some magic after the catch and stretch it out, those are welcome bonus yards.
Play action, Mahomes. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
Pass didn't work on second. Let's see how that affects this third down. Back to the air, Mahomes. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to bring him down just as we've come up to the 2-minute warning. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
They've got first down from the 31. Throwing again, Mahomes. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Tackled on the play by Marlon Humphrey.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Second down now, 7 to go. Another throw for Mahomes. Into the hands of Gibbs. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that gives the Lions the first.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
First down from the red zone. Gets it quickly to St. Brown. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Throwing it again here. And the coverage just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Third and short. Here's Mahomes. This throw is caught. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. Detroit calls timeout. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. This one's caught. And he pushes it all the way to the goal line, but goes out at the 1.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And 3rd and short in your back pocket and get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Gibbs. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Lions get some late points and the lead. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
That one right down the middle. And the Lions break that tie and now lead by 7. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Moore with a return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Falcons taking the field for their second drive. With the time remaining, we'll see if they can get this into field goal range before halftime. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Throw finds Jamar Chase. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. The Falcons with the football late in the first half. They still have access to a pair of timeouts and a little time left, too, so points very much still in play here before the half. A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. 1st down, Burrow to throw. That's Jefferson. He's got it. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Timeout taken by the offense. They're second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Hits him on the out route. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. To throw again, it's Burrow. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, where they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, the coach wants to see them convert those.
So with the Falcons set to punt on 4th, on comes Bradley Pinion. And he sets them back to begin this drive. That kick goes out, and I'd call it about the 12-yard line. The Lions getting one more series here before halftime. They're up by 7. We'll see if they choose to just rest on that going into halftime. 1st and 10 now with all of 15 seconds left to utilize in this half. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
He's taken down back in his own 8-yard line.
That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Moore with a return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Falcons offense now with the football first to begin quarter number 3. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Bronx. See if they can attack that deficit. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Burrow. He'll get this to Jefferson. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Burrow back to throw. And no look there, that throw falls to the ground. Looking for Justin Jefferson on that throw. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
You know, as a QB, I'm going to note that in the back of my head. That was a heck of a break. Knocks the ball away. DBs like that, they tend to, once they get one hand on the ball, get a pretty good beat on you and can get 2 hands on it the next time.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. He even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat. The blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Got to figure out this 3rd down here. Burrow out of the shotgun. Finds a man right side.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once, I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
The Falcons getting ready for the punt. And he'll scrape together what he can on the return. He gets it back to the 20. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And the Lions will go on offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And a man is there to knock that away.
I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a quarterback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes and have to stay in position, and most importantly, swat that pass away.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Throw complete to Williams. And he'll get it up to the 27.
As quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
Mahomes here from the gun on 3rd down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Bronk. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Looking to return from the 29. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And the Falcons will take over. First down, ball at the 36. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And his charge towards the line, that's right around 3 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Burrow setting up the play action. Finds his target, Robinson. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Aiden Hutchinson, energetic as always after making the stick.
It's what these quarterbacks are having to do more often now than ever before in football. Show off a little mobility, get outside the pocket, and find that open man.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Burrow from the gun. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Give him 24 on that play. And the Falcons will have a first.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. Tackled by the venerable Cameron Hayward. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Staying with Robinson. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Well, the defense is really buckled down. That was a scoreless 3rd quarter for us. It's Falcons football. A nice little help for them as they trail entering the quarter. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. He'll throw it. That's caught for the first. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. They'll get 18 yards there. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Working inside the red zone. The throw is caught. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Here's Burrow. And that's complete in the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons now trail by just a point in the 4th. It's a Jamar Chase touchdown. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. Here comes Williams on the return. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Detroit offense getting ready for its next drive. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. I'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. A tight end in motion now. This is Gibbs on 2nd down. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. That one's incomplete over the middle. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it's going to be 2nd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
This will be the last play before our 2-minute warning. A 2nd down throw for Mahomes. Has him on the quick hitter. And it's a gain of 5 as we've reached our 2-minute warning. And the Falcons get a 5th defensive back out there. 3rd down coming. Throwing now. This is complete to Gibbs. And he's brought down beyond the marker. So a 1st down for them as we've hit the 2-minute warning. That's a pickup of 9. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
This dude just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Short pass brought in. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that gives the Lions the 1st.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
33 for first down. Off the gut they go with Gibbs. And without much room, he's going to go down at the 32-yard line. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. Another one for Gibbs. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be its second. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on third down. Again, it's Gibbs. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. The Falcons take a timeout to their final one, as they'll get together and discuss with fourth down coming up. An important attempt coming up here for Jake Bates. This will be a 44-yard look. That one is good! And late in the fourth, they have grabbed the lead!
That's called getting his job done, Kate, drilling it right through. And now they're in position to win this game. Now it's on some of those guys who are out there with them on the kick, those defenders, to hang on to this lead to give them the win.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Starting from the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. Here's the Falcon offense headed out. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Back to throw. Caught for big yards on the right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Give him 32 on the play. And the Falcons will have a first.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive. That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Here he is to throw. Into the hands of Jefferson. Complete. And that will not be enough for a first down.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
And that one's incomplete. For now, it brings up fourth. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. So the offense was right to be walking backwards. The flag does go against them. Penalty hurts them, but they're still going for it here on fourth. Now to throw. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. No timeouts remaining here, partner, so they can just run out this clock. This will be a nice win for the Lions, who draw closer to it as they take a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So in Motor City, it's a home win for the Lions. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths, because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? We're both.
All of us.
Yeah,
All of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to match the adrenaline surge they feel right now, and that they felt at every major turn throughout the second half. There's just something about a close game, the intensity that's there in every moment that you love to experience as a player, and that you hope in all these moments you can execute so you're the one celebrating and riding that wave of emotion.